On live here to let you know in case you missed it. Obviously, yesterday I teased that there's a lot of evidence here that Blake Lively and Taylor Swift were very, very close at the time that all this went down with Justin Baldoni. Beyond the text message, a lot of things they were doing was very Taylor Swifty, dropping the Easter egg. So we dedicated our whole episode to that, and I gave you the timeline of her breakup with Joe Alwyn.
Ooh, y'all, things just got spicy in Hollywood. Justin Baldoni's legal team just dropped a new voice memo that he sent to Blake Lively while they were filming It Ends With Us. And let me tell you, this voice memo is not short. It's 6 whole minutes long. We're about to dive into what's in this juicy audio and how folks are reacting to it being released. Now, to really get the tea, we gotta rewind a bit to Justin's lawsuit against Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist, Leslie Sloan. According to Justin's legal complaint, Blake wanted to take control of It Ends With Us and wasn't just about to sit back. When it came to that rooftop scene in the movie, Blake went ahead and wrote her own version, then dropped it on Justin for him to review. Can you say bold? Now get this. During a meeting at Blake and Ryan's penthouse, where Ryan was hyping up Blake's writing, none other than Taylor Swift was there, co-signing Blake's version too. Can you imagine the energy in that room? But according to Justin's complaint, he had initially told Blake that her version was solid, but the final script would likely be a blend of her ideas and the original draft. Well, apparently, Blake wasn't having it. She went off, ranting about how in past projects, her work wasn't valued or credited the way she thought it should have been. She even sent all this frustration in text messages to Justin. And this was all laid out in his complaint. The draft of the rooftop scene that Lively sent Baldoni dramatically differed from what had been written originally. Baldoni was hesitant about many of the changes, but thanked Lively for her passion and diplomatically told her that the scene would likely end up being somewhere between the original version and Lively's version. And hold up, here's another twist. Justin's complaint also says that Blake didn't even bother reading the book. Yup, you heard that right. She wasn't interested in it at all. Apparently, she had this whole vision for the character and felt like reading the book would mess with her creative process. So, it's a little wild that she was all about writing the rooftop scene without even checking out the original source material. Can you imagine? But hold on tight, the complaint keeps on going, seemingly stung by Baldoni's exceedingly mild resistance. Lively did not respond and went silent for multiple days. Later, she confirmed in a text message below that Baldoni's response, of course, didn't feel great for me or another mega celebrity friend and Ryan Reynolds to have my passion praised instead of my specific contribution. Lively was referring to an earlier meeting where Lively summoned Baldoni to her New York penthouse, where Baldoni was greeted by Ryan Reynolds, who launched into enthusiastic praise for Lively's version of the scene. However, hours later, as the meeting was ending, a famously close friend of Reynolds and Lively walked into the room and similarly began praising Lively's script. Baldoni understood the subtext. He needed to comply with Lively's direction for the script. Oh, and it gets even messier, y'all. Justin's team pulled out the receipts. We got to see the actual text messages Blake sent him. So, Justin had originally texted her saying, "Great, also was working on the rooftop scene today. I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together." Blake says that's very appreciated and means a lot. "I'm deeply inspired by the film we're going to make outside of the success of this book. We have such an opportunity to not only surprise people who love the book, but reach an even bigger audience by making an undeniably dynamic and also commercial film. The moment that excited me most the other day was when you said you're not funny. You're going to kill that rooftop scene. You know it, I'm sure. Even though it was set in a playful self-deprecation that we all participate in, it made me think of the process as a whole. Please know, I trust that on the day you've got me, and I hope that you trust that I've got you if you want it. We're in this together, and we are two of the determined people I know. We also have very high bars set for ourselves. To collaborate with that type of partner is a gift that neither of us will squander, because we both care too much about the result and also the experience. I have no motives except for you to win as a director, as an actor, as a studio, as a writer. If you win, I win. If you win, our movie wins. We are aligned, and I will bring everything I have to this. As for Ryan, and for that matter, I'm the luckiest on the planet to have them as my dance moms level stage moms. They are embarrassingly effusive. That said, they're also my most trusted partners and the people I go to first with anything creative I touch, and I'm the person they each go to first. That reciprocal creativity and support has been one of my life's greatest and most fulfilling gifts. When they loved and signed off on the pages, I felt good to send them to you. They asked what you thought specifically after. They checked in so many times. I told them you laughed a bunch and said, "It's probably a blend, but you appreciate my passion so much," which of course didn't feel great for me or them to have my passion be praised instead of any specific contribution or even just that you didn't like the pages, which was fine also. So I think they wanted you and me to see how they felt about the work, because they've been by my side for far too many experiences where I've been overlooked. I spoke to you about this when we first met. They've watched me handwrite scripts because the director is too afraid to send the FDX files, yet he scans and has someone hand type all 120 pages of my pencil rewrites. They've watched me be hired as a writer and paid a significant fee for it, but on the condition that I never asked for credit, which I could give an ish about. It's more the principle of the dynamics at play. They've watched the other side of it too, where I'm told at signing I'm wanted as a true collaborator. But once we get to work, I'm really just wanted as a yes man, audience, and actor. Both Ryan and have established themselves as absolute titans, as writers and storytellers outside of their primary gig, just singing or acting or just directing. I'm so lucky to have them as creative barometers, but also to have them as the people who prop me up and make sure I'm seen for all I can and do offer, because they know firsthand all I contribute. They also know I'm not always as good at making sure I'm seen and utilized for fearing of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give an ish about that, and because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me. If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi. And like her, I happen to have a few dragons for better or worse, but usually for better because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of MU will too. I can promise. Now, the plot thickens, because a voice memo just dropped from Justin's legal team to the press, giving us even more tea on this whole situation. So after those heated texts from Blake, it looks like Justin tried to smooth things over by sending her a voice memo, and from what we can gather, he's over here apologizing, probably for hurting her feelings about the script. I mean, the drama just keeps piling up, huh?
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes, but that I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I fucked up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I am a very flawed man, as my wife will attest, and I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize, and then find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of.
Justin goes even harder with the apologies, y'all. He gets real with Blake about how he didn't need Ryan and Taylor chiming in to back her up because, in his eyes, what she wrote was already fire. He saw the potential in her work and was genuinely excited to collaborate creatively with her on the project. It's clear he was all about the work and trying to keep things positive, but we know how that turned out.
And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that, and fuck, we should all have friends like that, aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together, it's unbelievable. Talk about energy, just a force, all three of you. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that, because it's really good, and it's going to make the movie sing like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible. I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are, talking like this, me into my phone at 2 in the morning, but largely via text and voice note. And I will be honest with you, that is not my biggest strength. I love being with people and being in somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel, and definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening, and all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together, and I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there. Has been there from the start, so I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met, and yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so hardworking and having a vision and not settling.
Justin then shifts gears, acknowledging how Blake felt from her past projects and hits her with another apology for the creative issues that came up. He really digs into it, trying to make her feel seen and heard based on everything she was telling him. It's like he was trying to give her that validation she clearly needed. But with everything going down now, it's hard to say it actually landed.
And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just pissed me off. I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already, like, I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages. I just haven't had a chance to send it to you, but there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you, and I'm sorry that has happened to you before.
He also broke down how he envisioned the movie playing out, stressing that he wanted to work with Blake on this project to make it a healing experience for her, especially after everything she'd gone through in the industry. But let's be real, with everything that's unfolded, we can clearly see it didn't turn out the way he hoped.
And I hope after this experience there will be a new, I don't know, I hope it'll be healing in some way. That's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial, just like you, and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan and the work that we're doing with the domestic partner that we found, No More, and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's gonna be special. And you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because, Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 in the morning. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love. Thank you for sending me that. It means the world to me that you trust me with your feelings and your thoughts like that, and I can't wait to spend more time with you. Okay, I'm done cutting myself off. Good night.
So, despite Justin's best efforts to avoid drama, that voice memo really paints a picture of him trying to keep things smooth. But let's be real, the reality is a whole different story. Filming It Ends With Us ended up being a total disaster. And now these two are in the middle of a massive legal battle that just keeps getting messier by the day. It's wild to hear Justin talk about his intentions for the movie and then look at where things are now. Now, I really want to know how y'all feel about Justin's voice memo. He's clearly dropping it now to show the public that he was trying to play nice and cater to Blake's creative ideas for the project. But let's not forget, in his lawsuit, he's still claiming that Blake ended up completely taking over the film. Some people are out here feeling sorry for him after hearing this, while others think the whole thing comes off as a little off. Like, a boss shouldn't be saying some of this stuff to an employee, right? But on the flip side, there are folks defending Justin, saying he's just trying to clear his name and show he was being kind to Blake. There's so much chatter online about this whole thing, and I want to know where you stand. What do you think about the voice memo? Sound off in the comments. I love y'all, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.